Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. That is the magic secret formula. Mick, you're first. Brandon, how you Paul? It's 9:33 here in Australia. Yep, rest in peace, Lou Christie. That we'll be doing little bits of tributes on that and one other person. Yeah, second. That's okay, gorilla. La, 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 la. Yes. Toby was napping. She was sleeping on my bed before I came out here, so I don't know. Maybe she'll make an appearance. I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, I hope everybody's doing real good. Yeah, lightning strikes again. I can't get over that, to tell you the honest truth. I always liked him. Who's Lou Christie? We will be talking about Lou Christie very shortly. How you doing? Long time no see. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. But needless to say, it's been a weird week all the way around. A weird week. I hope everybody's doing good out there. It got to about 90 degrees here. Ugh, here we go already. Tomorrow I think is the official first day of summer. Boy, oh boy, it's... I hate to see my electric bill. Yeah, I hate to see it. Yes, that's one of them, though. I've got three of them I'll be playing in tribute in a little bit here. But I want to thank the almost 10 people here. Oh my God. Mick says it was 111. I do not envy you one bit, sir. I mean, I just don't. I mean, if it was even with dry heat, ugh. Lightning strikes and I'm going to make you mine. Well, one of those two I'll be playing. Nick, would you please move out of hell? I'm getting worried about you. Yeah. It's Arizona. Yeah. I had a reason to get out there. I guess I still do. Like I said, I have a friend of mine that lives in Phoenix, or one of the suburbs of Phoenix. Then I guess if I ever wanted to come out there, they've got a guest cottage, and I could stay out there for a week or two if I wanted to. So maybe someday I'll do it. I don't know when. Maybe when I retire. But I do want to go to Mesa during spring training for the Cubs. And that would be something. At least I think so, anyway. Definitely. Jeez. So anyways, I hope everybody, like I said, is doing real good. I did get test results back on the samples that I had to leave. And unfortunately, they told me that they didn't detect anything. And I'm just sitting around going, then what was the 11 days of problems I had? I'm still not completely 100% in that. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is an old fogey talking, but gut health is important health. Okay? You gotta, I'll admit, sometimes Psycho doesn't go off and probably eat the best he should. But gut health is important health. Sorry, hang on a minute. There we go, maybe. There. Anywho, so the title of today, One After 9:09, rest in peace, Patti and Lou. Well, see, I thought it'd be funny, other than funny looking like I am. But yesterday, Tuesday's episode, was Psycho Platter episode 909. It was. And I thought about it even before I did that episode. I'm like, I gotta make the next one, which of course is 910, which is one after 909. See what I did there? But the funny part about it is, or at least funny to me, is that I didn't know that there were so many covers of that song. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Beatles, which of course they landed on the 1970 album Let It Be. But it was one of their first songs that they ever wrote. So I thought I would go off and I would play a couple versions of One After 909. So I present to you the first one that kind of made things interestingly. It says, does anybody else here agree that the Beatles were way better than the Stones? I'll tell you, I know that whole Beatle versus Stones, personally, no battle to me, honestly. Beatles have always been, Beatles and Monkees have been my top echelon for me. But the Stones would probably be in my top 10, probably along with the Who, DC5, Dave Clark 5, which I saw some recent Dave Clark 5 news that somebody might have went off and found an acetate, and the label said Dave Clark 5, but it was a different singer. It was before Mike Smith joined, so Stan Saxon, I hope I'm getting that name right, and definitely different sounding. But that had to have been between 1958 and 61, because I think Smith joined in late 61 or something like that. Let me change the parameters from 1963 to 1970. Let's face it, the Beatles' output in those, we can go technical 7 years, is amazing. It really, really is. And that 3 of them were like this since 1957. For it to last 13 years in any relationship, brotherly or otherwise, is something else. Even Mick and Keith had their moments, right? They booted Brian out. I don't know. I always had a soft spot for Brian, although I heard he was a douche at times, and that he was probably unlived. Yeah. And I believe that too, because I think he got eased into the afterlife. But Brian was talking about making a new band. Whether it was true or not. I know he contacted John Lennon. That was in an interview somewhere. But needless to say, One After 909, I present version 1, cover 1, excuse me, from a person I just didn't expect. Willie Nelson. Yes, what kind of, was it a special blend he was smoking while he did this? I don't know.
Baby, say you're traveling on the One After 909. Move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said move over once, move over twice. Baby, don't you be cold as ice. Say you're traveling on the One After 909. I beg you not to go down on my bended knee. You're only fooling around with me. Move over once, move over twice. Baby, don't you be cold as ice. Say you're traveling on the One After 909. I took my bag, ran to the station. Real man said I got the wrong location, so I took my tag and I run right home. And then I find I got the number wrong. Babe, you say you're traveling on the one after 909. Move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Now don't you be cold as I say you're traveling on the one after 909. Took my bag, ran to the station. Mailman said, you got the wrong location. So I took my tag, and I ran right home. And then I find I got the number wrong. Babe, you say you're traveling on the one after 909. Move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Baby, don't you be cold as ice. Say you're traveling on the one after 9. Say you're traveling on the one after 9. Say you're traveling on the one after 909.
Yep, that's right. Good old Willie Nelson. Indeed. All right, so we go from Willie Nelson to Ricky Nelson. That's right. Didn't even know that Ricky Nelson did a version of this. Live at the Troubadour, 1969. Yeah, what a funk, right? What a funk. Yeah.
Come on, baby, don't be cold tonight. Baby, traveling on one after 909. Baby, got the door, I beg her on bended knees. I said, only fool around with me. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold tonight. Baby, traveling on one after 909. She got the bag, went to the station. The real man said, you got the wrong location. Pick up the bag, run right home. Open up the bag, I got the number wrong. Baby, traveling on the one after 909. I said, move over. Traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. Baby, traveling on the one after 909. Baby, traveling on the one after 909. Baby, traveling on the one after 909.
That's right. Live at the Troubadour in 1969 on Ace Records, by the way. You can get that whole live show of him and his Stone Canyon band. Yeah, just never knew that he ended up doing that Beatles cover too. Yes, look at that. My mom named me after Ricky Nelson. What up, Paul? What up, people? It's Dusty. How you doing? And I see that Mello's in the house too. Come on up, you two, if you want to. That'd be nice. So did Dolan's mom. That's right. Nah. Hey Paul, I've been out of the loop lately. What was the rest in peace about? Well, I'm going to touch on that and dust, and that's right, Patty Drew. That is the other one. We will be talking about Patty Drew shortly. Oh snap! What's up, Fred? Now the last of the triple of the One After 909 trilogy. Okay, so you heard Willie Nelson, you heard Ricky Nelson. Now I present to you another different cool version of this tune, done by none other than one of my favorite 90s bands, the Smithereens. I said the Smith. I love the Smithereens. That was a fun version. Anyways, gang, like I said, I hope you guys are all doing good here. Hope you're all doing good. Um, oh man, there's just too many people that are getting hurt or passing away, in the music world. Um, like I think I might have brought up before. Uh, yes, please and thank you if you guys care to hit that thumbs up button if you're liking what you're hearing here. Subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about Psycho's Platters. We've picked up a couple new subs. They just haven't hit the system yet. And then, if inclined, please donate, because the money always stays within your show. It's called either getting more. Oh, hi, Toby. Hi, Toby. More coffee or cheap records to review. So it always stays in the show. Yesterday could have been called a day ago, but it wouldn't have sounded as good that way. Or it could have been scrambled eggs. That would have been strange if it was released that way. Are we obsessed with trains today? How about Hellbound Train by Savoy Brown? Maybe we'll play that later. I'm starving. Well, I just had myself. That's right, records with a W. I started watching briefly the other day, but had to step away from the computer. I like Beetle Babe's glasses. Yeah, they were different and unique, aren't they? I'll tell you. Yeah, you know what though? I don't know who the hell created the deathbed rumors on Hulk Hogan, but yeah, that's not true. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was all about exactly. Anywho, so please continued prayers to Dave Mason. He had to cancel the rest of his 2025 tour. He was hospitalized in March, I think with a heart-related surgery or something like that. He was supposed to come back in a couple weeks to start his tour, but that's just not going to happen. He's shooting for 2026. Put him in your prayers, please. Also, I brought this up Tuesday with REO News, okay, that the original singer of REO, Terry Luttrell, he was on the first album for REO, and he also was the singer for the late 70s band Starcastle. If you like that prog rock stuff from Starcastle, he ended up participating in the reunion concert June 14th at Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Shortly after the concert was done and over with, I guess, gathering what I read, he was tired, fell asleep at the wheel, and got in a car accident. He's definitely could be worse, definitely worse for wear, but he's not. So, but prayers out to Terry Luttrell. Also, he has his own band called REO Classics, which you could see some of his channels on YouTube, and I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I can get him as a guest someday. Would you guys like that? I think I'd like that too. But they have a record out as well, covering some of those classic REO 70s and 80s sounds for sure. Oberheim, if you're Chris from Record Talk, you call them records. Yes, that's right. Hulk fake news. Nothing is real. Same with Jack Nicholson. I don't know anything about Jack Nicholson. I usually do call records. But see, there you go. What W? Give me a W. Yeah, yeah, me too. He was scheduled to perform at JJ's Live in Fayetteville, actually in I think it was mm, July or August, I think. And I'm like, I was trying to scrape up the money for the tickets. I'm like, damn it. You know what? You could kind of say that because some people have called them Yes Light, but I happen to like some of their music. But yeah, Lady of the Lake, stuff like that. Maybe we'll play some Star Castle later. Okay, I've got it narrowed down. Should I DoorDash, McDonald's, or Red Lobster? Hmm. Well, I don't know why I've been hankering, not today though, because I'm full, but I've been hankering a Big Mac fix. I haven't had one in months. And Red Lobster with those Cheddar Bay biscuits. Oh my God, those Cheddar Bay biscuits. Yeah. Decisions. Yes, Swift Recovery, Dave Mason. I had that first Star Castle on compact disc. I don't think I've ever come across any Star Castle on compact disc. I think I've got all the Star Castle albums that were on Epic. On Bob Dylan's first album, he did a cover of a song called Freight Train Blues. His much more recent Tempest album opens with DeCune Whistle, I'm probably fucking that up, which uses a train as a focal point. Yeah, see? For some reason, I just get a craving once every couple months to have a Big Mac. I don't know. It's stupid. It's dumb. But that's what it is. All right. Before we jump in, you people, yeah, I said you people, have missed him. Yeah, you missed him. Well, look who's here. Very
Happy to be here. What's up, my brother?
Yes, yes. Good to see you. Taking a break.
Always good to see you. I see you're doing. Is this like all Beatles covers?
No. Oh. It was just because this is really show 910 of Psycho's Platters, which is one after 909.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, I was being a smartass. It was just like a couple shows ago when I played cool. 905 like from that. The Who.
Nice.
And started out with that, because I figured, okay.
They had a magazine, a Beatles collector's magazine called the 910. You remember that?
No.
And it was a fanzine. It was called the 910. You used to get it at like Beatle Fest and stuff, and it would like have like bootleg traders and that kind of stuff.
Fun. See, that's fun. I remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so old. I remember going in my gold mine magazines and always going for those bootlegs that I could never afford.
I used to get gold mine up until just a couple of years ago. Still, I was getting gold mine. They were a fun magazine. I mean, I like the articles in there, and it was a great connection place to connect with other collectors and stuff. And just like the film side, they used to have a thing called the Big Reel, and it was a big publication where it would be all film collectors and film dealers, and it was just like gold mine in that sense.
Beautiful evening in the Poconos. Currently watching a not-so-baby bear destroy a peanut butter container in my front yard.
Oh, man.
It's boo-boo. Gee, Yogi hasn't fed me in a week. Bob says... Hey,
Yogi, the ranger isn't going to like it.
Fuck you, boo-boo. Bob sings it. Duquesne Whistle, which I assume is the correct pronunciation. Well, with Bob, you never know. If you can get his pronunciation on anything, then that's pretty good. And tell, hey, I still have the book 9. See, I never saw that. So
Yeah, I have one somewhere.
I have
Hey, it's good to see you, Eric, my brother.
I have a book that I
Let me see. I'm
remember
gonna go look.
dirt cheap, and it was called "You Can't Do That," which that was a bootleg.
Vaguely remember that as well.
Nice to see you, Melody. Have you seen either of the Blu-rays of early Laurel and Hardy silent films, Year 1 and Year 2?
I do. Here's one. Here's the. This is a 910 right here.
Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen that.
This is just one issue. I mean, they had it for a few years, and this is in plastic. Obviously, I try to keep it nice.
Sure,
but you can see some of the articles.
Nice.
And it's a fun thing. There was something else you said that I just was trying to find. Oh, about the Blu-rays of Laurel and Hardy. I have. Turn the light on over here. As you can see, I got all kinds of like DVDs back here, and in here is like a whole Laurel and Hardy section.
Oh, wow.
So I have. Let me see. I got this one.
Oh, nice.
The Essential Collection. Then we got this one.
I've seen that one before.
And then I got these bigger ones. These are DVD collections and stuff. I have another one over here. So, I got a bunch of Laurel and Hardy. Laurel and Hardy is like one of the greatest. I mean, they probably, over Abbott and Costello, over the Three Stooges even to a point, Laurel and Hardy like set the tone for all of like, that kind of comedy, that filming comedy where they would, kind of Buster Keaton to a degree too. Jason, what's up, man?
I like W.C. Fields too. You don't hear too much of him anymore.
W.C. Fields too is another one. I have a W.C. Fields film over here. Let me see. Shoot. I have one called The Dentist, and another one called. What's the other one called? I think Honest John. I think it was called. Mary Tyler Moore. I'm just going through. I've been going through films galore. As a matter of fact, I found a Betty Page film that I just sold on eBay for $200. 60 seconds.
Wow.
And believe me, it was a bidding war. I only started at $10. And here's another Betty Page film right here.
Nice.
Which I'm going to be putting that one up. And now I don't know where I could find the other W.C. Fields that I have. I have other ones. Oh, is this it? No. This is... Oh, that's Black Hawk. No, that's Bruin Bears. This one is Basketball Thrills in 1948.
Reels.
Yeah, Reels.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, and it's right next to my Monster Mash. It was the Monster Mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
As you see, things haven't changed around here, man. This thing's still a museum around here. I got food cooking over here. I'm making pasta and meat, like hamburger helper type, but homemade hamburger helper. I do it from scratch. That's the only way to do it. You got to do everything from scratch. Let's see. There's a great set from 2020. The definitive restorations. Oh, that's right. You're right, Eric. And maybe we could do a song later. I remember last time I came on the chat, someone was asking me to do a song.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't done one in a while. I haven't even done live stream myself. I mean, I've just been literally working on eBay. What's up, Davey?
Hey, what's up, Mello? Hey.
I've been doing shows. Unfortunately, my metal band, I had a metal cover band. That's a couple members are leaving the group, so it's kind of putting us in a rest for a little while. It had nothing to do with me either. It was issues before I joined the group that started bubbling over. And I'm now playing the mediator.
Yeah. How's your reunion project going? Your reunion project?
Hey, John.
That's going good. No, that's going really good because I'm getting together with I got together with one of the guys already. We had a practice. Now I'm getting the drummer in this week, and then one of the guys is coming in from Texas, so that's going to be in about a week and a half. So we're going to be prepared for him when he comes in, and I have a studio set up already as well. Nice. So we'll be doing that, recording it, and then we're making a documentary on the whole journey, 1985 to 2025.
That's cool. Going to be something else.
Yeah.
Oh, not
it's
this
going to be
again.
incredible.
You know what? This is going to be a drinking game. And if anybody brings up Turquoise Led Zeppelin, take a shot. You will not sue me for alcohol poisoning.
I have an idea who that might be.
All right. So to continue a little bit, I figure we can just intersperse like we usually do. So yes, Chris Hill got it right. The rest in peace, Patti. In the tributes for today, I only found out about this.
I've heard of her
this afternoon.
Don't know her music.
Okay. What's up, Dark Wizard?
And Patti Drew is not related to Nancy Drew. Just I tell you, you guys are funny.
Was she African American lady, Patti Drew?
She was. Hi, Paul. Hi, Mello. Lou. Into Lightning Strike 40 played all the tunes. Patti. Terry I'm glad Terry Littrell did survive the crash, and so I'm glad you got to see him do that on the 6th of this month. My Suzanne Vega compact disc came in today, but I didn't pick it up yet. Well, wow. Let's see. You know who's got it though, right? Your Suzanne Vega, it got landed on the second floor of your building to a lady named Luca. You'll have to go and. I know, that was horrible. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? So Patti Drew, basically, she passed away at the age of 80. She was mainly known. She did from 65 to 71.
What's up, Eddie?
That was pretty much what she did. It's all good. There is one existing W.C. Fields film that has never officially been available. So's Your Old Man, 1926. I found it selling on eBay. Old World Movies before COVID, which briefly sold DVDs of it. You know what? Speaking of that, and this has really nothing to do with it, I guess, but I came across a story last week. Okay, if you're a big fan, it's at Times Diner. If you're a big fan of The Gong Show. You know, The Gong Show from, I think it was like 1975 to 1980.
Love The Gong Show. I got a trailer for The Gong Show movie.
Supposedly,
Chuck Berry.
Someone, yes, Chucky Baby. So, supposedly they found 500 tapes.
What?
500 tapes. Now, if you remember, for those 4.5 to 5 years, they were on every day, Monday through Friday, and there was a nighttime version also.
I don't watch it that much.
I didn't see the night one. I only remember the daytime one.
Some of these tapes are supposedly have never been seen since the air dates.
They've never been broadcast. They've never been broadcast before.
Since the air dates, because there's a lot of them that. And supposedly in this big whatever case or whatever was one tape of a Chuck Barris production that was never been seen.
Wow.
Now we're not talking
an actual original show?
Else.
An original show.
Yes. It's a Chuck Barris production. of something no one has ever seen. And they found it all, and I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get this all digitized. Oh my God.
Did they disclose what it was that the show was about or anything?
No.
So it's a secret. It's kind of like they're revealing that later as the selling point to buy the set, you know? Oh, wow.
Well, then it's not for sale. The person found it, and they're trying to digitize everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like, eventually, will we get to see this unreleased show, do you think?
Yeah, he said.
I'm hoping so.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Just like I'm still waiting for The Clown That Cried, The Day the Clown Cried with Jerry Lewis. They've been saying they're going to release that and release it, and it's still not out yet.
I never heard that one.
The Day the Clown Cried? Oh, it's a famous...
Go on YouTube, people. Go on YouTube. There is one or two videos that you will get the best they can with an abridged.
I know, they have like 30 minutes maybe, or
and
20
it flows in the story, so you can go from beginning to end.
Yeah, they have somebody that tells the story with the script, and then they show the scenes, and you get the story. But I want to see the movie, you know.
Deadfield's film was never available on 8mm videotape DVD. Damn.
Right.
The CIA version.
Believe it or not, I had a film that we sold for almost $2,000. It was an Edward G. Robinson film that was never released on DVD. And eventually after we sold it, it did get on DVD. But at the time, it wasn't. It was called Black Tuesday. And it was like a prison movie of Edward G. Robinson's. And an amazing film. Surprising that it was never released on DVD.
There's still a lot of things, but that's the thing though about finding this lost media and I mean, do you know how many people London After Midnight? How many people want to see? I'm like, even I want to see it, and I like Lon Chaney, but I'm like, come on, somebody's got to have it out there. It's got to be somewhere. Well, I heard. I wish I could tell you where I read this from. This was within the last month. There was another small deposit. It was they found tapes in a farmhouse. Okay.
Hey, Vinyl.
And
hey, Sean.
And they're still trying to process through everything. But they might have found 1 to 2 lost Doctor Who episodes.
I heard that too.
It was either Hartnell or Troughton era, and because everything else is pretty much out. But I'm like, if this is true, they supposedly like there was a bunch of tapes that were under the sink. I'm like going, I saw a picture of that.
That really blows my mind that there's really any lost media in this day and age now. You know what I mean? Like, with everybody knows what videotapes are, everybody knows what things are, and like, the way that they're just discovering these things almost seems suspect. It seems sometimes like they're holding it back and releasing it at a certain time, and waiting for the maximum whatever. It just feels that way.
I have read stories in different collector circles since I like to collect different things, like Monkeys, Doctor Who, Beatles, and stuff like that. There is some things in private collections, and what it's going to take for that to get.
Right. I'll tell you one right now. Did you see the WWE Vault? They just released the Bret Hart versus Tom McGee match. That it was like a tape trader's dream. Like there was this match between Bret Hart and Tom McGee. WWE Vault just put it out. It got discovered in Bret Hart's collection.
Damn.
And they put it out, and it made it around the world for the wrestling tape traders. You know what I mean? It was something they've been wanting. Now, for me, the holy grail of tape trading in wrestling would be the Bob Backlund versus Ric Flair match on July 4th, 1982 at the Atlanta Omni when it was the WWF NWA unification match. And they literally had a half WWF roster and a half NWA roster, and the matches were all mixed. It was like a WWF guy going against an NWA guy. And supposedly it was never filmed, even though they promoted it the day before. Bob Backlund went on TBS Superstation, went down to Georgia, and actually shook Ric Flair's hand with Gordon Soley, saying the match tomorrow, the historic, and nobody records it.
Yeah.
So that to me is the holy grail of all of wrestling dark matches are things that's a lost media.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Nothing. I know you already talked about Lou Christie, but here's my 245s I have by him.
Oh, yeah, Two Faces Have I.
That's Popular Song 63. And the only other one I have by him is Gypsy Cried from 63.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if I have any Lou Christie now I think about it.
That's the only two songs I most like by him, so,
Are those reel-to-reels? Do they need to be baked?
Baked.
Oh, no, that's a
right.
process. It's a process. The baking is.
And Paul, is this the same webcam you have?
Yes, it is.
That's the one I bought.
Routinely scrub videotapes of. Yeah, I know. And oh boy. Yeah, you're telling me. And Eric, what's amazing enough is through YouTube, I have seen a lot of whole shows between 1964 and 1970 on YouTube. It amazes the hell out of me. They still need to find more. They need to find that Monkeys one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I want all the George. Yeah, WCW George shows. That's a long cigarette. So Patti Drew, 1965 to 1971, then kind of get out of the music business for a little while and did a one-off 45 in the mid-70s. But I figure she's a Northern Soul type. So I'm going to share a pair of songs here. The first one here is Working on a Groovy Thing. Yes.
Does that feel like a groovy?
Hey Paul, here's my Joe Whitburn's R&B charts. I just wanted to show you.
Here's a name I haven't heard of Joel Whitburn in a long time.
I don't know if okay, here's Pat. Here's Patti Drew's for top 40 R&B hits.
Well, look at you.
Yep.
See, you're just like you're the.
I'd show you that since you're talking about her.
Yeah, you're the research dude.
I never looked up any of her songs before, to be honest with you.
Wasn't there a lady who recorded every broadcast of the 80s? She worried that a huge part of history would be lost. People thought she was crazy, but now her tapes are part of the Library of Congress. Oh, cool. I think I touched on a story like that, Sean. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, whatever. Wow. Yeah, first time. Yeah, you're welcome. Good on you, Mellow. Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Fish splash. I was taking it. Which of course I like to change the lyric to "Bing bang, there was a gang bang right here on my living room rug." Yes, never heard.
That's a good one.
Well, you're going to get to hear her again because the next one, I'm told, is a little bit more Northern Soul. That first one was not. The next one here, Capitol Records, she was on from
God bless you, Eric.
66 to the end of 70. This one here, we present, if it gets there, Stop and Listen. Yes, Stop and Listen.
It's beautiful.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there's a pair of Patti right there.
It's crazy how like our whole music industry and everything that we listen to, it's all homogenized now. It's all succinct. It's all
we can't go back to the 60s anymore, I guess.
No, literally people don't even play the rhythm and blues like Johnny B. Good rhythms. Sure. And that used to be, and look at even as far as Keep Your Hands to Yourself from the Georgia Satellites does that kind of Johnny B. Good rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. Nobody does that no more. That was prevalent in so many songs. The Beatles used it. In like 90% of their songs, they had that bluesy riff in there. That Johnny B. Good riff. Even in Revolution, it's in there. And Get Back, it's in there. And in so many songs, Jailhouse Rock has it. They all used to do that kind of shuttle between the third and the fifth of the chord, and it's just crazy how it's a forgotten thing now.
I'm gonna get some more coffee. You two converse.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's the time to do the song.
I'm back. I'm not sure.
As a matter of fact, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's do a musical lesson.
I'm not a musician, so
No, but I'll explain to you. So if you take something, right, and we do like this. So when you're doing. That right there is the basis of all blues riffs. Way down in Louisiana, across to New Orleans, way other the evergreen. You know, that's in there.
Yeah.
Been a long time since I rock and roll. Been a long time since I did the stroll. Like that's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or gonna have a good time, everybody rock and roll. Gonna music, oh yeah. Gonna down today. Wake you up, take you away. You know, like that's in there.
Oh yeah.
I got a little change in my pocket going jingle-lang-a-lang. Gonna call your telephone, baby, give you a ring. But each time I talk, I get the same old thing. There's no hugging, no kissing, and we'll get a wedding ring. My baby, don't put my love on the shelf. She said, don't have me no lines and keep your hand to yourself. And again, all that rhythm, and nobody does it no more, you know?
I don't know why not.
I remember when Rock was young, me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skipping stone. Had it all for Shelly and a place of my own, but the biggest thing I give a guy. You know, like every song had it back then. You know, I mean, and then forget about got a good reason. It's all based on that blues. You went out, say goodbye. Now you're coming home tonight. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking. Go back where you've been. Or even like when I was a young boy, I love the young boy days. I was so much older. I love those young boy days. And a girl like you, with a girl like you, we got baby. See what we can do. Come on and make it up. Hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. Hurts so good.
I remember that.
You know, again, just another one example after another that we don't see that rhythm in anywhere. And I'm talking anywhere in any rock, southern rock, like nowhere is doing that rhythm no more. And it's a shame, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
It's crazy.
All right. Next. Thank you for the musical interlude. Next.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Concert Bully.
You have been missed. So, Toby, come here. Toby, come on.
Melody, you know that's a fake profile, don't you?
Well, I didn't even see it. Honestly, I'm not looking at the chat at all. I'm looking at it now. I'm trying to like, yeah.
Hey, cat.
Look.
Hey, Kitty.
Yeah, you know, I don't care. You know, people are gonna do and say what they're gonna do and say. I don't care.
Yeah.
Look, you're adoring
Toby.
Tobeans.
You're adoring
That reminds me, Paul, I got more pictures of Toby and you I gotta send you.
You're a good kitty.
You're
a good kitty.
Meow.
Most of the time.
Meow.
Come in. She's a very good thing.
No, I'm cooking low and slow, baby. Low and slow.
Where's the Flavor Aid kid? The Flavor Aid kid. He was in Guyana. He's in Guyana. Oops.
Oh,
you know how many tops of Flavor Aid you'd have to give just to get the whole Guyana play set? Oh my God.
I know, right? Well, that was everything. Used to have like all these companies had like their own catalogs and shit. Remember, like Smoking had like Camel Cash and Marlboro Miles.
Well, I used to collect the Marlboro Miles. I didn't smoke, but people would throw the shit on the ground.
Yeah,
I'd pick them all up. I got stuff.
I got a tent and like a poker set and a
What, Dave?
I was just saying. I was asking the cat if he's having fun. He said she or she's having fun with you.
It's a she. Toby's a she.
Aw, it's a beautiful cat.
You want me to leave you down? Yeah, I know you sometimes I know. Yeah, that's what I figured.
That's some piercing eyes your cat has, though.
Yeah, no kidding. Probably could be possessed by Kitty Satan.
You're right.
Toby did a song called Porcelain. The cabinet's toilet trained in porcelain.
Obi did a song called Porcelain too.
Left little baby Ruth nuggets in the bottom of the porcelain. Anyways, McCartney will probably get me for that. Anyways, right. So, Lou Christie, our second part of everything here.
I saw him in concert.
Oh, did cool. You?
I saw Lou. I saw Lou Christie in 1996. He played Great Adventure. Oh, no, I actually saw him twice now I think about it. I saw him again in 2009 at a free senior show at PNC Art Center. And that's the same day I met Cousin Brucey, too. Cousin Brucey was walking up and down the aisles of the crowd, and I was on an aisle seat. And he was actually walking up and talking to everybody. Like, literally, he was like, while the music was going on. So I stood up when he came close, and then I got to actually take a picture with him. I should dig it out. I got a picture with Cousin Brucey, and he signed my flyer thing, and it was just something I'll never forget. But Lou Christie was playing at the time, so
I got to ask,
I'll always remember.
Was Cousin Brucey a disc jockey? I think I've heard the name.
Yes.
Okay.
He did. He started on radio. He even did some television. He used to do these musical like PBS specials and things, and like he would do commercials for like record compilation Time Life. But he was like mainly known for DJ, kind of like at the level of like Wolfman Jack and Casey Kasem. He was that level, same thing as Murray the K. Cousin Brucey was, really big, especially probably up in the New York area, Connecticut, Philadelphia. He's known in that area.
I wouldn't have heard him in Nebraska ever, but
right.
Yeah.
But,
I'm going to see here if I could pull up one of my favorites so that you guys could get a glimpse.
I love Lightning Strikes. Lightning Strikes is a phenomenal song.
No, what I mean is I'm going to play you a bit of WLS. Back when I was a kid. So this is a teenage bit, but it has an added bonus to it that I like. It's only 30 seconds long, but Larry Luchak is the guy. Good old Uncle Ware.
I'll tell you, with me, nothing comes easy.
Rodney Dangerfield.
For hours. We got this morning show on WLS. I'll get some respect. On WLS, they're bigger than ever. I hear everyone listens to Larry Luchak. Well, he's got music, news, traffic, I had your brother for dinner, and I tell you, Larry Lou Jack, he appreciates comedy. Oh, he'll be glad to see me. Hey, Larry, easy, fella. No respect.
Anyways,
I love that.
Good old Uncle Ware and snot-nosed Tommy Edwards, and they would do animal stories. One of these days, we'll play one of them just so that you guys can figure it out. But see, I never got to see Lou Christie, so you got me on that one. I still think, as far as for '60s music people, that see, we talked about this when Chubby Checker got inducted. That I was third row, aisle seat. He came out and did the twist, and I was twisting with me and my friends were twisting with Chubby Checker, 1988. Right. I'm telling you.
Cool.
But Lou here, oh boy, dead at the age of 82. Another one going at the 82. Yeah, I mean, I had a portable radio, the car radio, the house radio, whatever. It didn't matter, and I listened to a lot of radio, but I was thankful to have that transistor and those extra batteries just in case. I used to. I was one of those kids who was supposed to be going to bed, right? And I would have a flashlight. I'd have my transistor radio with the little earpiece, okay, so nobody could hear except me, and one or two comic books until I fell asleep.
Nah,
it's a true story.
That was a regimen of mine as well.
So yes, well, hopefully it doesn't involve Hacky Jack. So the thing is, I have a Lou foreplay. Yeah, I said foreplay because I thought it was going to be 3, and then I forgot that I added another track. So this one here, this is one of the big hits. Yeah, I thought I'd mention some big two hits actually, and the other two maybe you guys never heard before. That's the reason why I like doing this show, so that you guys can listen to new music. But this one here, everyone remembers in 1966, excuse me, Rhapsody in the Rain. Yep. But this is the unedited version.
Yeah, some radio stations didn't like playing that one, I heard.
Mm-hmm. And so yes, they released a clean version, and nobody wanted to hear that, and so yeah.
What's up, VG?
So there you go with the Making Love in the Storm.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Did you do that? Did you do that?
Yeah, Top 40 radio was better in the 60s and 70s than today's hits, and this is true too. Yeah. I want to say probably after the early 80s is when it finally just like right around when MTV started, like about 81, 82, maybe 83. And
yeah, but we still had great songs. I would say up until like 96, 97, when music really shifted. Like you see it on Professor Rock all the time. He takes a set from 1986, compares it to today, and they'll show like the top 10 of then and the top 10 of today and put them right next to each other. And you'll have like Toto next to Kesha or something. And it's like, no comparison at all.
I like a few Kesha songs, actually.
That was a whole other life.
Oh my God. And so the farther back you go, the better it gets. Well, yeah. To a point. I mean, once you get past Elvis, you start going to Frank Sinatra, that's a whole nother acquired taste, obviously. But
see, if I had my way, and I mean, this is like, I guess, my quasi radio show, except I get dinged all the time by YouTube. But if I could have, a 3 or 4 hour show Monday through Friday, I would be playing stuff from the early 50s to the 80s, maybe even the 90s.
Tell you what, Paul,
swing all over the place.
There should be a thing with like YouTube, like grants people. Like if you could apply to get a license or something to do that, say it's your desire to do a show, YouTube should provide a license then that maybe, you have to pay a $5 fee or something or whatever to like be able to grant that license. And now it gives you the ability to, or a premium thing like, well, I pay for, YouTube without commercials. Maybe they have a thing where they could do I wish they would even do a thing like they do on Star Maker, the Star Maker app, which is a karaoke app, where they would allow live shows of people to come in just to sing karaoke. And you have a live karaoke show, kind of like you would go to a bar and see a live. You would sign up and, have different rooms for different karaoke styles and things. I'm surprised YouTube isn't jumping on some of that stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember the last time I did karaoke. I was so bad.
I love it. I love it.
Horrible. I sing really bad, but you know what?
Oh, man. I blow people's minds when I do the karaoke on certain songs. I'll do an impression of somebody, and I get on Star Maker they give you digital gifts if they like you. I got 100,000 digital gifts in my Star Maker app from different times. I just keep letting it build up. I don't know what to do with it. It's like.
Listen, I'm still trying to get used to these purple crowns that supposedly come up at the.
Yeah, what is that thing? I'm seeing is that you doing that? Oh,
no,
it's YouTube doing that?
YouTube.
But what does it represent? I'm seeing #1 crown. What does that mean?
Engagement with the panel, with the panel. And,
really?
I figured that out too, Paul. Yeah, I figured that out.
I thought it was you were the first on, you were giving somebody an award, everyone says I'm first or something.
I've always seen it on Paul's live stream.
Yeah, I don't understand, but so who's #1 right now? Because I don't see it. So
VG. Well, there's 2 #1s, Chris and Vinyl Gorilla.
Oh, okay. He says, I do karaoke in the voice of Tiny Tim, regardless of the film. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So through the
2.
Oh, that's hysterical, man. You can imagine doing something.
Elvis Cup guy Wade's here. Or is that his name? No, that's not Wade. Oh, I forgot his name. No, that's not Wade.
It's
there was a guy who recorded an album, an Elvis impersonator, actually recorded Elvis style songs of new songs. Like if Elvis was still alive.
Yes.
And they had one doing Smooth, Santana, Rob Thomas. And it actually you could almost picture Elvis singing Smooth and a couple other songs. I think 1,000 Miles, Vanessa Carlton, and
Nirvana cover. I saw that.
I was like, wow, man. So that's a novelty thing, I mean, you could say Dred Zeppelin is like that too, to a degree. Having Elvis doing Led Zeppelin.
Okay, that's like a guilty pleasure that I think of. Okay, the song from Disturbed, Down with the Sickness.
Yeah, right.
I got one Disturbed album. Actually.
And just hear him. And then it goes right into the song.
I'm going down with the sickness.
That's right, Mama. What a voice Lou had. Can't reach those high notes like in the day. That's true. I want to hear. Well, yeah, not happening. Probably. So the next song number 2, his last big hit, 1969. I said 69.
That came out a month before I was born. I was born August 69.
Look at you.
I was born August 69.
And it's called "I'm Going to Make You Mine."
Baby, I'm going to make you mine.
I'm going to make you mine.
There was 2 different videos put out for this song. I did not know that until today. This is one of them. It's kind of strange. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever at all. Excuse me.
You know what I mean?
He was very connected.
He's part of that whole Frank Sinatra,
His
thing.
Real, I think his real name is Luigi Sacchi. Luigi.
Yeah, he's in the Italian.
Morris Levy, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roulette Records, and that's one right there. Okay, that's how he got stuck, just like Tommy James and the other ones. But there's a double whammy to Mr. Christie. And that asshole's name was Stan Polly.
Oh, yeah.
Who managed him until the early 1970s when he finally broke away. Right? But it took him 10 years. Okay.
I think even a little longer.
Yeah. Stan Polly also managed Badfinger. And basically, in their own little way, he was
a bad manager. He was not a good manager.
He was a manager from hell, and Pete Ham,
worse than the Colonel Tom Parker. Worse than Colonel Tom Parker.
Yeah.
Worse than Alan Klein. Worse than Alan Klein.
If you want to make someone yours, would you take them to a scrapyard? Is this Lou? Yes, it is not Memorex. The Tommy James book was the mob, the music, and me. Excellent read. Excellent read.
Just remember the scrapyard. They'll never find you in the scrapyard.
Especially if you're in a cube. Especially if you're in a cube.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I dare the investigators to try to undo that cube. It ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
So we get to tune number 3. Now we're out of his hits. Although this next one actually goes to number 80. Okay. Other than that, it really didn't do anything for him. Going to 1973, and it's called Beyond the Blue Horizon.
Yeah.
Now it's saying here 1974 on the YouTube video,
well,
but it's
that's
late 73, and it was on a record label owned by jazz musician Creed Taylor.
I've heard of him.
Yeah,
I've heard that name too, or I've seen it on
There's
an album
the label
somewhere.
Okay. Here's the label. You
can. You know how this song was in the 1988 movie Rain Man?
That's correct. I'm glad you brought that up.
Maybe that's how I first heard the song.
Like I said, that's the first thing I thought of, believe it or not, right away was Nesmith. And by the way, sorry about the sound quality on that, but that was the best one I could find. There was not many versions of that. We go, Nes did it in 70.
Oh, really?
See, I could see
awesome.
that. I just, like I said,
really?
I don't even think I got through half the song of this one, and I thought Nesmith right away. I'm like, Papa Nez. Oh, thank you. I'll have to listen to it later.
Papa Nez.
Awesome. Papa Nez, yes. So then we get to you roll some mean. Oh, from Magnetic South. You know, I feel so ashamed of myself. I have not played that trilogy in a very long time. You roll some mean six. Tom Leach could cover it. There you go. So we get to the last Lou Christie song. 1976 is the one I'm going. He did more than that, but 76 is where we're going to drop this off here. He was on Epic Records.
I was going to say, both times I saw him, he only played really a couple of his own hits. Most of the songs he would sing live would be a lot of covers. He would even do modern versions. He did a modern, at the time that I saw him in 2009-10, he did a version of, he even did the Macarena, believe it or not. You know, he was doing he was being very sticky, kind of thing. But he only did a few of his own, real hits,
So this one here, 1976, Epic Records. Elton John plays piano.
Really?
On Riding in My Van.
Wow.
Six-pack pie, gonna paint my van and head out for the western skies. I want my baby to come with me. We'll be leaving at dawn. She's scared that things will go wrong. We're taking off for the west without a home and address. Come on, baby. Oh, it's just like heaven. The sun and the stars and the cactus in the golden desert. You're the cool, nothing to do, just
I've never heard this song.
I've heard this.
Please take some Dramamine if your car's sick.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Lou Christie's falsetto is right up there with like Jay Black and Barry Gibb. You know what I mean?
How about Frankie Valli? No, not
And
quite.
Frankie Valli. Yeah, but
Well,
Frankie only held on to it for so long.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Lou Christie and Jay Black, these guys had it till the day they died.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. The sun, the stars, and the cactus in the golden desert. Nothing to do, just me and you.
I mean, some of his falsetto almost sounds a little bit like Frankie Valli. Like he probably could have been a replacement for Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons if it went that way. You know what I mean?
Never thought of that. Yeah.
I can almost hear that.
Cool.
And I mean, I just think his falsetto is definitely up there for a white man's voice, because black voices are a whole nother realm. You start talking about Philip Bailey, you know, or what are they, the Dramatics or something. I can listen to that all day, man. That's so great.
That's a catchy. Yeah, it's a catchy song.
It really, everything he did was pretty catchy, I think.
I told you to take some Dramamine.
You know who had another, like, some of the later falsetto, like I guess one of the last falsetto-y kind of songs that I could think of was probably that Robert John song, "Sad Eyes."
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
That is probably one of the last ones I could even think of a guy trying to do that falsetto, and it became a hit.
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
It really drastically changed so much. Even Barry Gibb couldn't do it no more.
Oh, Barry.
Literally, yeah, because he had that. He didn't even know he could do that falsetto voice up until Nights on Broadway. So just think, he was singing all that time, not realizing he can do a Dramatics, you know, "Hey There, Lonely Girl" kind of falsetto. And then when he realized it, it became consumed with it. That's why their whole disco career was that falsetto up until Tragedy. You know, after Tragedy, then they got laughed out of existence for a long time. I mean, literally. They couldn't even have a hit. Like Billy Squier, you know, once you get laughed out of existence, like Winger. Once Beavis and Butthead laughed at Winger, one time, Kip Winger was out the door.
Poor Billy Squier.
Billy Squier rips off his pink shirt one time, he's out the door, even though Paul Stanley could do it 100 different times worse. You know what I mean? Yeah. I always thought it was, you know, the judgmentalness of everybody like that. You know, it's a shame. Because they were talented. Billy Squier was talented. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt it. He could have been a rock king had he not ripped off that pink shirt. If they would have just had them in leather playing the song like the Romantics, the Rock Me Tonight video, he would have been a superstar. Like, he would have been the next David Lee Roth or something. Like, he would have been up there.
He just turned 75 this year.
I know. It's a shame. I love Billy Squier so much.
I watch that stuff about Everest all the time, but I have to keep closing my eyes because I'm afraid of heights too. So, what's in my queue? Don't think I've forgotten. I do try. You're not
queueless this week.
Anyways. Son of a. Anyways. The Beatle solo session spotlight trilogy. Oh yes. You
And
know,
happy birthday to Paul yesterday. I didn't,
yes.
just yesterday, man. It was his birthday.
Yeah. There is no Paul in this trilogy this time, though. We have one hit and two songs that you people probably have never heard of. So we're going to go with the hit first. We're talking 1975, the last year for Mr. Lennon, of course, until 1980. The last thing that he would do, of course, before he would go to his self-retirement would be Ringo's Rotogravure recordings in January 76. But before he even did that, he helped out in co-writing a little nugget. I said nugget that I still love when it comes on the radio. Oh,
no.
yes.
You know what you're thinking.
Dynaflex album.
That's adventurous. They don't make
yes.
music. That's like, like they would create rhythms that you would feel and immerse yourself. Like that's a whole song you're immersed in because it's not a rhythm you hear typically in any other song. So it's like you're feeling something that's really, unique. And nobody does that kind of thing anymore where they try to explore different rhythms, bring into the thing. Everything's so generic and, it's a shame. Oh, Tin Machine was great. I saw Tin Machine back in 1993, I think it was.
Really?
I
Phenomenal.
wish I could have said that. I wish I
Oh,
could.
man, they were great, man. Oh.
I've mentioned my brief mail interaction with Reeves Gabriels and how I've got let's see, I think the first Tin Machine CD and Bowie's Earthling CD signed by Reeves.
They were bloody brilliant, man.
Mm-hmm. You only have one Dynaflex album. What the hell's the Dynaflex album?
It's heard of that Eyes Out, Tomita, the jazz player. You can bend that. Almost.
Oh, yes, you could. Oh,
like Guitar Player magazine every month would have a flexi page that you would play on your record player. It would have Steve Vai. It would have Chet Atkins one month. It would be the guitar player they were focusing on. It was great. I wish they would still bring that back, kind of like stuff where they would include in magazines. Or I remember even everybody would have a record. Like you'd be able to have a record on the back of Frosted Flakes that they would print up, or McDonald's would have one. Like I have a flexi record where McDonald's. It's a 1990s Grammys a contest that if you got the record from McDonald's, if you played it and it says you're going to the Grammys. It was like a golden ticket. You had to listen to the record.
Bend it
Is it breaks halfway through?
Bend it a little bit, but I don't want to try.
That reminds me. Did you ever see that video of that guy holding that old Edison? He's holding an old Thomas Edison roll. It's a scroll thing that you put like a player piano thing, and it's ceramic, and he's kind of old himself. And he's holding it. He accidentally crushes it in his hand. He's he squeezes it to death and it breaks right. There's only 10 left in the world. He breaks one right on camera. It was so hysterical. It's like a blooper thing. You got to see it. Oh my God.
I want to say 71 to early 75 for the Dynaflex. I think.
Maybe
I could be wrong on
76 or 75 or 76 was the last year.
Yeah.
I have a Yngwie flexi disc. He's doing Black Star on it from Guitar Player magazine.
Yeah, if you Guitar Player magazine, if you bought Kerrang, they always had a flexi.
Yep.
I'd love to
Modern Drummer. A lot of the
man.
musician magazines would have Modern Drummer, Keyboard Magazine, Guitar Player.
So,
and then they switched to CDs after a while because I remember magazines would come with a CD compilation. I remember I got a CD for one magazine, but Weight of the World from Ringo was on this compilation.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to get it. It was like.
Hey! I don't mean to rep Paul. Hey, Melody, have you ever heard Tomita? You don't have to enlarge me. No,
I have Tomita. I have Tomita somewhere. I'm gonna dig it out. And
I like to have 5 of his albums.
Well, there's an over-counter cure for the Tomita.
And who was that artist that you said again, Paul? That I had that you said you wanted, and I said I showed it to you.
Zal Yakovsky.
I forget. It was like
Spoonful. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Remember the cover was split.
Oh, I
There
didn't
was
know
something
I don't know.
there was something I forget what it is now. And
I
told you
remember
was
Mad
gonna say it.
Magazine having those things, the flexi discs too, and National Lampoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, track 2, 1977. Delaney Bramlett, as in Delaney and Bonnie.
Funny.
Okay? Well, Bonnie was gone by then. They got the divorce, and I didn't know this, but Bonnie was briefly a member, like for 2 seconds, of the Allman Brothers band in the late 70s. For like
Wow.
2 seconds.
Well, I can see that. They interacted so much, you know.
But this one here, Ringo's on drums.
Oh wow.
And this album is called Class Reunion, and the song is called For Old Time's Sake.
Susie Allison.
Wow.
Susie Allison was a country singer. I mean, not what?
Let's bring to
Did she?
that linger and now stands between us. Let's bring to
This almost sounds like it could have been part of Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
and fall down. Drink up and be merry for old time's sake.
Which is
For old time's sake. Bring to the dreams that were lost and the hearts that were broken.
the song is hitting melody right now. It's hitting hard.
Right in the breadbasket.
And the pain of love's remorse and
Patty Quattro.
I didn't know Patty Quattro was singing. Well, all of them were. Yeah. Ringo is on 5 tracks of the album, and then there's 4 unreleased from that album too.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice. You should go, Chris. This must be that Susan Allison here that they're bringing up. You're right, and we did in the late 60s. How about that, For Old Time's Sake? Delaney Bramlett, 1977 on Prodigal Records, which was a Motown offshoot label.
I think I've heard of Prodigal. I read about that.
Rare Earth was on that label too for one point or another.
Who'd you say?
Rare Earth.
Oh, Rare Earth, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rare Earth. Rare Earth had one top 40 hit on Prodigal. That's right. Warm Ride or something.
Well, look at you. See? So we get to the last of the trilogy. And you know what? I like this song. This has been a little ear candy for me since I heard it yesterday. I actually was researching a little bit on all this stuff. I don't do this off the fly, kids. I go off and I script shit because it works that way. But the thing is that we're going back to 1972. All right. From a gentleman, this was his first album. And in the 70s, this guy was known, not so much afterwards. For example, I came across another different album where half the Grateful Dead back this gentleman up on a different album.
Really?
But this guy here, it's kind of funny because, and I wish I could find the clip or even play the clip, but on the Dick Cavett show,
Cool
on the Dick Cavett show, he actually had David Bromberg and George Harrison, because that's who's on this.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Just the live one, but I really do like this song. This is catchy.
Yeah.
And if you guys have never heard this might get stuck in your head too.
David Bromberg?
Hold Up. David Bromberg.
Trying to read the name, yeah.
Yeah, off his first album. And then the second album is where half the Grateful Dead show up. Go figure. The Hold Up. David Bromberg and George Harrison on Slide.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Honestly, it really sounds like from a movie, like in the movie. You know, like you're just listening to a scene from a movie.
Maybe I could see Demento going and putting that on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Definitely.
All I know about Nebraska is that my dad used to go pheasant hunting there.
Yep, they have pheasants there.
Typical European. You guys thought Jerry Lewis was funny too. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Lady, ripple flavored.
There were times when he was funny though. You know, there was times when he was damn hysterical.
Do you know what I happened to trip on YouTube? Somebody must have let it loose because you couldn't find it for a while. But Jerry Lewis, when he was on SNL, back when Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo era, he hosted one episode. And
Wow.
Piscopo did an imitation of Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis comes on, does his thing, and then Eddie Murphy comes on looking like Jerry Lewis. I'm like, all right. I'm like, what the hell
really?
is this?
How
There's
could
a
I
clip
miss
on
that
YouTube.
one? I never saw that. Wow.
I can't show it, but you can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. I can't believe how I missed that. And I was watching Saturday Night Live pretty regularly back then. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
It just goes to show, you know what? I remember when Happy Days came out on DVD, or like they had the full seasons, or Brady Bunch had the full seasons that would come out, and then I would watch the entire like series. I would say, man, here's a Brady Bunch episode I never saw because I didn't see it back then, or it didn't play in the replays or something. And that is the most bizarre thing when you see a show that you thought you saw every episode, and then you come to find out like Happy Days has an episode in 74 you didn't see or something. It's so wild.
That happened to me earlier this week when I was watching MASH on MeTV. I'm going, wait a minute. I've never seen this one. Where the hell did this come from?
It's incredible. I love that. I love that.
12 seasons, right? 11 or 12 seasons of MASH?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you thought you saw everything, right? You thought you saw every episode.
Well, I didn't see it from like day one, but I'd say probably about 74, 75 with my dad.
Right. You know,
to the end. So I'm like,
I remember I watched Happy Days from 74 all the way to the end. Like that was a show I thought I never missed. And still, there were a couple episodes in the early seasons that I was younger, so I must have like maybe fell asleep or something, just never caught. And they never replayed them. You know, for some reason they would hold back episodes when they would do the syndication. You know, they would be on like channel 11 or something, 4:00 in the afternoon. I remember coming home from school, and Happy Days would be like the first thing in syndication, like in the afternoon block. Back then,
of course, they
would always have that.
Would love to forget like Fonzie jumping that shark, but that's a different story.
Yeah, right. That was still fun though. Even the stuff that happened before the shark, like I remember Howard Cunningham meets Lauren Green in a hallway. You know, like he goes, "You're," and he goes, "Yeah, you're." It was funny.
You look so familiar to me. You do.
Right. Yeah, right.
Western. That's what it is. Fonzie, don't get that shark.
You're good imitator, Paul.
Fonzie, you can't fight racism that way. Fonzie, quit boning Marion while I'm at work.
I'll tell you what, man. The funniest thing, did you ever see that blooper reel of Happy Days where they're doing a picture and literally Marion and Fonzie are next to each other with Howard right there, And like as soon as like they're ready to say cheese, they start making out like right there. Oh my God. It's like, and with Howard standing right there, they're all like smiling and they're just off on their own making out. It's like so funny how they oh.
That's right. Loudon Wainwright was on there a couple episodes.
That's not me. That's not me hacking away. Somebody in the background hacking away.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways.
I'm like, man, they must be doing some good shit, man. I'll tell you.
But dead skunk in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Skunky Yunky. That's what he's called.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost at 2 hours. I'm going to have to wrap this up, unfortunately. At least I'm
Thank
off
you for having me, Paul.
I'm off for the next 2 days, thank God.
Yeah.
But I don't know when I'm doing the next one yet. That is to be determined, which I will not be blurting out 9/11 because that will be what the next show will be.
Oh, wow. Do you have a theme? You have a theme in mind?
Yeah, it's Howard's Platters.
Hey, you know what you can do? How about like if you were gonna do something on 9/11 show, make it like about American patriotic stuff or something, you know?
Nope. I'm not going anywhere near that as much as Patriot stuff I am. Nope. That's one place. I still remember when Stewie said it on Family Feud. Favorite holiday? Oh God! When I spit out whatever I was drinking because I was like I never saw that bit and I'm like oh my God I can't believe they went there.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you everybody. Seriously, from
man.
all around the world. Yes, we do
Take
have
it
a
easy,
worldwide
folks.
audience,
Now,
and you know what? Yes. See, I want to thank you guys for coming on panel. I want to thank
you.
I want to thank
Paul,
everybody out there. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Now it's time to see this strange bearded man chew a record. Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.